Hello everybody, Iain Robson here. Welcome to Crusader Kings. So, this game is crazy in-depth. I don't know if anybody's ever played it before, but it is one of probably the most in-depth decision-based games you'll probably ever see, at least so far. Anyways, so the way this game works is you basically start as a person and you make decisions, and those decisions have consequences, alright? So, I've already played a little bit on this one, but it doesn't really make a difference. You'll get an idea of what the game is. So this is basically what you see. This is basically all the territory, or all the land you can potentially get, although it is quite difficult. I'm playing in Rouen, where Rouen, I guess would be maybe? Anyways, this is where my main base is, and I'm part of the Kingdom of France. So, what we're going to do is, we're going to try, so what I've been doing so far is, I don't know if anybody has ever watched Game of Thrones, but this game is kind of like similar to that. So here we are, this is all France right here, and the actual territory that I control is just this little section right here. Just that little one right there. But what happened is already, this is my second character. So the way it works is, if I just go to my character right here, and if I bring up my family tree, so I started off as this guy right here, Duke William the Bastard, in this context, and I am now playing as my son, sort of idea. So the way it works is your lineage goes, you can actually change how you get elected and whatnot. There's so many different things in this game, it's crazy. So, if I look right here, right now we are, what's the word? Cognatic, gavel kind. So basically what that means is, there's a tooltip for everything in this game too. What that means basically is, it goes to the oldest son, I believe. So this is what it says. The tides of the ruler are divided among the children, with the oldest getting the primary title. If the ruler has no child who can inherit, the law defaults to the primogenitive, I think it says. Need to have good eyes for this game too. Basically, so yeah, you can change anything you want in this game. So right now what I'm trying to do is, I have my spy master, where is it? I have my spy master, who is Frederick Gerdabodsun of Ghent, and he is currently in this area right here. This is Ghent, and this guy right here is the person who is running this little section of land. Now what I've been trying to do is, I've been trying to betroth this guy with one of my daughters, or one of my nieces, or somebody in my family basically. Because what will happen is, if I can arrange that to happen, I will become a person who can lay claim on this particular piece of property, so to speak. So there's that's what I've been trying to do. Now the other thing you can do, if you want to, is, so this is his son who's going to inherit this little property here. So I can actually choose to kill this person in this game, and you have a plot. So intrigue apparently is one of the biggest things in this game. I'm going to turn the sound down just a hair. So this is one of the big things in the game, and you can do different things in here. So for example, you can buy indulgence for your sins, you can hold a fair, you can present people to the court, you can invite nobles to the court, you can do a whole bunch of random things. So you always want to try and have a plot going, and it always keeps the game interesting. So what I'm going to do right now is just let the game cycle through and how it works. And here's a situation. My liege, my mission to Haidmut has been a success. During my visit to the court of Kaiser Heinrich the Just, Heinrich, I guess it's pronounced, I seem to have managed to make him understand what a benevolent and peaceful ruler you are. So now the king over here has a better opinion of me because of this. So this is the guy they were talking about. He's the chancellor. So right now he is improving diplomatic relations, I think it is. Where is he? Yeah, so he's improving yeah, diplomatic relations with this country right here. And it can go through, it goes back and forth all the time. So anyway, so what I was trying to do is trying to get rid of this person right here, because if I go to the realm tree, hopefully we can try and get it so, I don't want the realm tree, I want dynasty tree, I guess it would be. Yeah. So if I can get this kid to marry one of my children, or somebody from my family, I could potentially lay a claim. And I do have a couple claims already, but the problem you run into in this game is if you try to press a claim in this context, what will happen is you'll go to war, essentially. So this is what happens. There's always a consequences, so they give you an idea. So if I try and claim Hungary, I will lose prestige with King Guj. I'm not even sure how to say that, but I'll lose prestige with him. So there's lots of different possible outcomes. So if I win, it's good. If I lose, it could be good or bad. It goes both ways. So I don't even know where Hungary is. Let's just check to see where Hungary is on the map. So it's way over here. So apparently I have a claim to Hungary over here somehow. But everybody plays this game a little bit differently. But I for whatever reason, I've been enjoying trying to betroth certain people with my children. So he doesn't have a wife technically, and he looks like he doesn't have any successors here. My beloved niece Wilmot is concerned that she will not get married. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to find her somebody to get married to. So she's my niece. So what you can do is we go right click and arrange a marriage with somebody. Now ideally, what you want to do is try and find somebody who has some sort of claim to land. So that's my nephew. So this is my niece. I don't want my niece and nephew to marry. They don't let you do some of that stuff because of that. But let's see. He's the spy master. So there's only one person who has a claim to any kind of kingdom, and that's my cousin. My cousin and my niece, probably not a good idea. Just saying. But if that's nephew, my courtier. So he is humble, content, and kind, and indulgent. Wastrel. Okay, so maybe we'll try with this guy. And what will happen is you can actually change it. So if I set it up to this way right here, without the matrilineal, that means he will become, if the niece dies, he'll come to get the power basically. So what I'm gonna do is gonna go back over here for a quick sec, go here, and see. So if I do this, he will gain 0 prestige, and the House of Dargentin will lose 300 from marrying the courtier. Oh, I don't want to do that then. So it's all like you have to it's really in depth. Like you have to try and think about what's the best way to do it. So my marshal, it's an older dude. Who would be the best? I don't know. I watched a few tutorials on this game, and there's so much in here. It's just like it's hard to kind of put it all together and be like, okay, well let's just do this. It doesn't work that way. He is 49. He is 38. He is 47. I don't know. I always try to choose slightly younger people. And he is stressed, content, charitable. Yeah, doesn't matter which way. Let's just see what happens here. Let's just see what happens. Alright, so we're going to see if we can find someone to marry the niece. And you get these messages over here all the time. You can adjust them, I believe, through this screen right here. And you can say, if I want to lock this, you can adjust this however you want. So you can set it up so it does certain things. I believe it's in here, so you can set it up so you just have that. So what we're going to try and do is, this is what the game's all based around. So you have decisions, so you can raise armies, you can fight people, you can try and not fight people. So what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and see who's who basically around this little area right here. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to encroach on this guy's area, which is the actually, you know what I should do? I should do the other side over here. I should go over on this side and encroach on this guy's area. So if I can choose a plot, so see, if I try to kill this guy using a plot, what I can do is I have a 24% chance of winning or of succeeding, and the possible plot power is only 24%. So what I want to do is, like, let's say I want this to work 100%. So what I'll do is I'll bring my spy master and plot uncovered and thugs attack spy master. So if I want him to create a spy network, so increase the power of the plot, I will do that and do that there. So what that means is now that he's there and creating and changing the possible, increasing the possible chance of this winning, so now it's the 32% chance. So if I say yes, let's do this, and then now I can see who might be swayed. So right now no one really, this is the only guy I could potentially change his mind, but he only has an 8% difference in this scenario. So in reality, not the best way of going about it. But if I come over here and choose this guy, so you can kind of like adjust what you want to do and see possible plot power. So you can kind of see how it'll all work out. And there's different people, so like it's actually apparently easier to kill children in this game, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. But right now my prestige is a little low, so it's probably why it's a little more difficult for me to potentially succeed in some of these plots. So let's see if we can, so this is this guy, and let's see if we can get him to marry one of our nieces. Not a courtier. Oh, not my sister. Not a courtier. Your mom, not my mother. That would be too funny. Although you could try. Let's see. See, it says no. So it's probably because we don't have very good relations with this little part right here. But this is this guy is constantly trying to get into our area right here and trying to take it away from us. So we'll have to see what we can do about that. So you can see you have little cities here, and you can adjust and do. You can actually go into the city itself and upgrade the cities as well. Or if you want to, you can you can do almost anything in this game. It's pretty crazy. Let's just speed up time here a little bit. So what I'm trying to do is, let's see if I come here again and just see. So what I try to do is I always try to not hit the main person, but we can see. But I'll try to hit the heirs because they're usually easier to get. So like for example, if I try to take out his wife, potentially, and then if I try to take out his wife, and then you could marry into the family. It's really crazy. Let's do this guy over here. How come he won't move? Oh well. So this guy's getting old, his wife's actually in jail, and his heir's down here. And his wife has been married before. So this particular plot has a 118% chance of success. So let's see what we got here. So there's a few people who might be interested. So my spy master tells me that information about my plot to kill Jeffraz might be leaked to someone outside the conspiracy. We do not know yet, but maybe we'll hear from. Okay. So here's all the people who are participating in this plot now to kill this person's son right here. So if we're lucky, actually, we'll be able to kill the son potentially. So if they succeed at this, maybe what we can do is we can potentially marry one of our sons or daughters or cousins to this person. So there you go. This guy is no longer chancellor. Okay, so what happens is sometimes people will decide they don't want to be chancellor anymore. State diplomacy. So we need to choose somebody with a high state diplomacy, which is this one right here. So 13. So this is my son. Apparently has the highest state diplomacy. And sometimes though, so his ambition right here. So if we choose to appoint our son, his ambition will be fulfilled, which will be good for him, I guess. So let's try that. See, the problem is this is a pretty low number, so we want to try and have higher numbers here. So like this steward, for example, technically it'd be better if it'd be better if we could, let's put this guy here. It'd be better if we could theoretically have over 10 would be nice, but it doesn't always work that way. So Alright, so this plot, let's see, let's just speed up time here again and see what happens. So if we're successful in this plot, what will happen is this guy will die. And let's see if we can do this. So, intrigue. So the guy's no longer the chaplain. So this is what happens. Sometimes people drop out for whatever reason. And is that the right one? Yes. So this guy right here is our courtier, and he wants to get married. But if we make him the chaplain, it's probably not the best thing. So now he's the chaplain. We'll see what happens. And you can, so depending on where you are in the map, like for example, I'm in France right here, but if I were closer to like a Muslim country in this game, I could potentially improve religious relations or research cultural tech. So I'm going to go ahead and just get this guy to research cultural tech in our home state, so to speak. So, but you can go through generations and generations. My liege, my mission to Kernev has been successful so far. During my visit to the court of Alan of Kearney, I seem to have managed to make him understand that what a benevolent, peaceful ruler you are. So now we have the guy. He has a better opinion of us now. So, my liege, during my stay in the ruin, I have found a great philosopher who has agreed to help me with my studies to enhance cultural province. Of course. So each decision you can gain cultural. You lose money or you gain piety. And piety is kind of like no, that's outrageously expensive. You can gain piety here, which is prestige. Piety. Prestige is the measure of success. So basically, the higher your piety is, the more successful people perceive you as. And what will happen is, if they perceive you as being more successful, sometimes plots can be more successful, or you can influence people easier. Is kind of the way it works in this game. So, all right. So let's see. So our plot here. Let's check. My liege mentioned. Yeah, that's great. So let's see how this is going. So it's 119%. Let's see if we can influence anybody else. So all these people are like, no, 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 we don't want to do anything. This guy right here, he's like, maybe, or this woman, I guess it is. So she's like, maybe I'll help. So yeah, so they have 10%. So they would have. So if I send this person a gift of 20, oh, not even need to do that. Oh, he let everyone know about. So this is what happens. So if you're trying to do something to somebody, like try to kill somebody, for example, and the plot gets out, this can happen. All right, so let's go ahead and just where was that 10% person? So different people have different amounts of here it is. So if I send a gift to this person, so what will happen is I sent the person a gift, and then now I can sway them. I can sway them, and then they become part of the plot as well. So if I want to sway a lot of people, so I already sent that person there, so let's go ahead and bring this back up again and refresh it. So there might be, let's see, there's nobody else, it looks like. Oh, no, this person right here, 6%. And you send them 20 gold each, sort of idea, which seems like a lot, but. And then this person right here. Do I have enough money to do that? Yeah, perfect. So what will happen is, if I let time pass now, this plot will increase in power, and then eventually what we'll be able to do is this guy won't have an heir anymore for his throne, so potentially we can work that. Monks from a nearby monastery have been stopping by to trade for supplies quite often lately. They usually linger to talk about and exchange knowledge. Ooh. I should seek their company more often so I can gain piety. Of course. Gaining piety is always good. Alright, so they still haven't been successful in that plot yet. So, what we can try to do is, let's come over down here to this area, and this guy right here is not actually married yet. So if we can maybe betroth him with one of our courtier's mother, courtier, no. So, won't even marry my sister, so not very helpful for him. So, let's see what this person is. This guy is actually in jail right now, and his wife, and the heir to his throne, no. So sometimes it can be helpful just to go through, this is what I end up doing, is going around the outskirts of town. So he's not even betrothed yet. So sometimes, depending on the scenario, you'll be able to actually marry into a family, so to speak. So if I do this, so he says no. Of course he says no. A son was born to the Beaumont de Villiers de Normandy named Aubrey. So this is my kinsman. This is good. So this guy is of the kingdom of the Roman Empire. So his son, let's see, sister? No. So sometimes, okay, so this is what happens. So the betrothed, so what happens is I've been trying to keep on top of this and make sure people who are supposed to get married are getting married. And then hopefully what will happen is, that's my kinsman, that's my daughter. Ooh, I can even do that. And he says yes still. So this is a matrilineal, so this is under the terms of matrilineal. Any child born under the union will be of the mother's dynasty. So that's how that would work in that context. Oh, that's any child born under that. This is the way of ensuring the continuation of your dynasty if your ruler is female. Okay. Let's see what happens. So I don't know if they agree to that. That's awesome. If they don't, I decided to accept your suggestion of Beatrix. Okay, so what's happening here is by choosing certain things, it allows us to change the course of time. My co-conspirator has sent word that the carriage from Jeffrey is traveling and will soon suffer an unfortunate accident. Excellent. So if we're lucky, this guy's son will no longer be with us, and then he'll be coincidentally not in the picture anymore. Success. The carriage was sent flying over the edge of the cliff with Jeffrez. The driver I bribed also dealt with, leaving no loose ends. Excellent. So now, done. So now what's happened is this person is by herself and she has nobody else. So I don't know if she becomes, let's see what happens actually. So she may become the ruler of this particular area or not, I don't know. But now her husband is dead, so maybe we can be like, hey, maybe we can get you married with somebody in our family, and then what happens is we get control of their province. That's how, it's kind of like a sneaky way of getting about it. Anyways, folks, I think I'll stop it there for the time being. I've been rambling enough about what you can do in this game. There's so much you can do in this game. I couldn't even explain it in like 10 hours, I can't imagine. Like, I don't even know everything you can do in this game, but it's very cool. So let me know if you want to see more of this. It's probably not for everybody, I can tell that already, just because of the type of game it is, but it's a very decision-based and planning type game, so let me know. Anyways, that'll be it for me for today, folks. My name's Iain Robson. This has been an episode of Crusader Kings. I'll catch you guys later.